Hi everybody, it's Barry here and welcome to Spirit Shack TV. As part of my commitment to Vlogtober, I have promised to put up something each night, even if, as I said last night, I have nothing to say, and sometimes that's the best thing. We're both feeling pretty rough today. We're having a dressing gown day because we've picked up a bug, I think from a friend and colleague of ours who we met over the weekend, but whoever or wherever it came from, doesn't matter, we've got it, we have to deal with it. And we both, John and I, have fairly serious and complex health conditions. You all know about my spinal disability. What you may not know, unless you've been following John's channel on Borderline John, you're very welcome to check him out and listen to the things he has to say. John has, for most of his life, lived with anxiety-based depression, borderline personality disorder, and in more recent times an increase in his depressive state because of situations that occurred to us when we lived in Rochdale and since we moved down here. But that's for another day and another time, I think. And it's very easy when the pain is too great, in my case physical pain, or in John's case the mental pain and anguish of his condition, to let ourselves fall into a pit of despair and despondency. We belong to different groups on social media. I'm a moderator for a group called Living with Pain on there, and any of you who do live with chronic pain, you'll be very welcome to join that group. Just please dig us out. You can find it through my Facebook channel, Barry Harding-Rathbone, and click on the link and it'll take you straight to the group. And there's a fantastic group of people who set up that group, and it was set up to help each other by our shared experience of different types of pain, from chronic physical pain to serious mental health pain and anguish, bereavement, anything that causes pain and suffering. But you know, what's going on in the world at the moment? There's people still in Aleppo in Syria who can't get out because Vladimir Putin has now systematically carpet bombing what's left of that city in a bid to keep them under the thumb of Bashar al-Assad and his corrupt and very, very dangerous government. There are people in Haiti and Jamaica and Barbados and Cuba and the rest of the Caribbean, all fighting the ongoing effects of Hurricane Matthew. You cannot possibly have avoided that. It's been on every news channel for a good few days now, and I have to say I think the worst is still to come. And John and I are particularly concerned as it heads towards the Floridan coast, because my in-laws, John's aunt and his cousins, are in Florida at the moment and obviously in danger, along with millions of other people as well. And all those people have already been affected by it. And some of the pictures that have come out of these 15-foot high waves and the flooding in the streets and loss of power and 40 inches of rain, thank you. Shantytown dwellings that have been flattened, people made homeless again, many of whom were made homeless originally by Katrina, and the other one, who's Andrew, now Matthew. They seem to just want to have a go, have a go, have a go. But you know, you look at those people on the TV news, and although they, in some cases, have lost absolutely everything, they still manage to live a positive life. They're going about helping each other, fulfilling that need for community support. That thing that whenever we're faced with a situation that can have detrimental effects on everybody in an area, not just one or two, it does bring out that good in people. What I find so sad often is, and I mentioned this in my thoughts on the second principle, the brotherhood of man, that there's so many of us who don't know our neighbours. Some of us don't even know where our families live. because we live fast and very frenetic, active lives in this 21st century technological life we live. I mean, let's face it, how many of us can do without that for more than a day or two?
There's
not many.
In my hand.
Or these, yeah, indeed, or these mobile phones. You know, they've become attached to us, and they've become central to our lives. And there's some very good things that come out of them as well. But one of the things we lose by becoming isolated and insular is we lose that sense of community, that sense of togetherness and oneness that, you know, we hark back to in this country. We remember our grandparents saying that, I used to be able to keep my door open. I could pop 3 doors up to Mrs. Moggins, and I'd just pop in and check she's all right, take her milk in for her, go and buy her half an ounce of shag and all the other bits and pieces. And when we have these global events, these major catastrophic situations, be they man-made or nature-inspired, it brings back to us the need to be there for each other. So that's all I wanted to say tonight. Whatever you feel, however your own personal hardship is, always remember, and possibly take some sort of warped comfort from this, there's somebody a lot worse off than you, but you can still be of help to them, and they will be of help to you. And let's try and build that sense of community, that sense of togetherness, that sense of love and fellowship that is mentioned in the heart of nearly every one of the major religions of the world, and very definitely in our own religion of Christian spiritualism. Anyway, that's all I had to say. We're now going to go back under the blanket each and watch a couple of TV programs before we go to bed, just trying to chill without making our chills any worse than they already are. So until we see each other again, if you've liked it, you know what to do. There's buttons down below here somewhere. Like it. Please leave a comment. Constructive, please. Share it if you think it's deserving of sharing. And subscribe if you want to hear some more of what we all have to say on Spirit Shack. I'm hoping very shortly, hopefully by the end of the week, to be able to put up Luke's first solo video. Luke Cox, my co-presenter, who you'll have seen at the paranormal investigation we did in Purewell a couple of weeks ago now. He's putting together an introductory little video about his journey spiritually and how he's found himself involved with us. And so that's something very much to look forward to. And, of course, we have a lot of activity. Somebody seems to have just won something on catchphrase. Sorry about that. It's John's phone signal. And we have a lot of interesting episodes and output to bring you by the end of this month. So do keep an eye out on the page on Facebook, which will tell you when and where they're going to be, and by looking for new input on Spirit Shack TV. Until we see each other again, may your God and our God go with each other and with us in love. Namaste.